Hi, and welcome to English Class TV. This lesson is on adverbs of frequency. An adverb is a word that we add to a verb. It tells us more information about the verb. An adverb of frequency tells us how often something is done, the frequency of an action. There are 5 main adverbs of frequency: always, usually, often, sometimes, and never. These are most easily remembered by using a percentage. As you can see, always is 100%, never is 0%. There are 3 main rules to remember when using adverbs of frequency. The adverb of frequency always goes before a verb. I always brush my teeth. Always is the adverb, brush is the verb. I usually go shopping on Saturdays. Usually is the adverb, go is the verb. The adverb of frequency goes before the verb. The exception to this rule is if the verb is verb to be. If the verb is am, is, or are, the adverb of frequency goes after the verb. For example, I am always hungry. Am is the verb, always is the adverb. It goes after the verb. He is often late. Is the verb, often is the adverb. If the verb is the verb to be, am, is, or are, the adverb goes after the verb. The third rule is if there are 2 verbs. If there are 2 verbs, the adverb goes in the middle. For example, she has always been tall. Has and been are both verbs. Always is the adverb. It goes in the middle. Do you always work on Saturday? Do is a verb and work is a verb. Always is the adverb. It goes in the middle. If there are 2 verbs, the adverb goes in the middle of the 2 verbs. Let's look at some examples for you to complete. Unjumble the words and rewrite the sentences in the correct order. You've got 3 sentences. For each sentence, the words are not in the correct order. You need to unjumble and write the sentence correctly in the correct order. 3 sentences. I will give you 3 minutes to complete. Okay, let's stop there. Let's have a look at the answers and see how you got on. Number 1. I always brush my teeth in the morning. Brush is the verb. The adverb is always. The adverb goes before the verb. Number 2. He usually plays golf at the weekend. Plays is the verb. Usually is the adverb. The adverb goes before the verb. And number 3. I often go to the cinema on a Tuesday. Go is the verb. Often is the adverb. I often go. The adverb goes before the verb. This time, we're going to look at a few more difficult examples. Rewrite the sentences using the adverb of frequency shown in the brackets. So, for example, I brush my teeth every morning. And the adverb of frequency given is always. I brush my teeth every morning, and the adverb of frequency is always. You need to rewrite the sentence using always within the sentence, which becomes I always brush my teeth in the morning. The two sentences should have the same meaning. I brush my teeth every morning. I always brush my teeth in the morning. Rewrite the sentences using the adverb of frequency shown in the brackets. There are 3 sentences. You have a few minutes to complete. Okay, let's stop there. Let's have a look at the answers and see how we get on. Number 1. I'm allergic to milk, so I never drink it. Drink being the verb, the adverb goes before the verb. I'm allergic to milk, so I never drink it. Number 2. I always drive to work. Drive is the verb, always is the adverb. The adverb goes before the verb. And number 3, I sometimes like to play golf. Like is the verb, sometimes is the adverb. Adverb goes before the verb. I sometimes like to play golf. Good. So, just to recap, there are 5 main adverbs of frequency: always, usually, often, sometimes, never. And these are easily remembered by using percentages. There are 3 main rules to remember using adverbs of frequency. The adverb goes before the verb. The adverb goes before the verb, except if it's verb to be, am, is, or are. The adverb goes after the verb. If it's verb to be, am, is, are, the adverb goes after the verb. And finally, if there are 2 verbs, the adverb goes between the verbs. Finally, there are 2 verbs, the adverb goes between the verbs. Good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.